How'd it feel to get out there again in front of a half crowd, I guess, half full crowd, I guess?
It felt great. Yeah, it didn't feel half to me, I'll say that. It was a great atmosphere. I expected it. I know our fans are passionate. I know people wanted to get back out here and watch some football, so it was good.
What did you really want to get out of this spring when you look at going into your fourth year as a starter now? I mean, what was your goal this spring?
I wanted to elevate my leadership, find a way to encourage the guys and drive our unit and be successful. And if things weren't going our way, find a way to turn that around. So that was my first kind of checkpoint I wanted to hit. Secondly, I want to get better myself, just accuracy, decision-making. I think you can always get better at those things. So for Dusko and the rest of the Qs, we've been hammering home on that. And then ball security. Turnovers have been a problem, and it's definitely been a point of emphasis this spring for us.
Coach Frost said he's glad he wasn't playing quarterback today because that wind. I mean, how much did it affect you, and did it bother you at all today?
Yeah, there were times, but it's my fourth year here, and I can't use wind as an excuse, so I'm not going to. It is what it is. It's windy in Nebraska. Got to find a way to throw the ball. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Looks like you and Samori have pretty good chemistry already. A couple weeks ago when we talked to him, you were saying that you were a big reason why you wanted to come here in the first place. I guess, can you just talk about the relationship building with you and him throughout the course of the spring?
Yeah, well, he's an easy guy to get along with, and a big target who's very reliable. I'm not saying that anyone else isn't, but it's been easy to gain chemistry with him. And I'm looking forward to continuing on that path, and whether that's off the field or on the field, I think we found ways to get closer as a wide receiver and quarterback unit. And I think Samori and I have benefited from that.
How far has Omar come along? You had some nice throws to him today, and just how that's developed this spring between you and him.
Yeah, I mean, Omar's a really talented player. I think everyone can see that. And I'm proud of where he's at right now. I'm proud of how far he's come, and I know what he can do and what he's capable of. I think we barely scratched the surface, A lot to be excited about, and I think he's come a long way.
What have you seen from your own offensive line and run game this spring?
They're physical, and they're passionate about moving guys. Really proud of those guys as well. They've had a really good mentality this whole spring, and I think that's something we've needed, and they've really embraced.
You could be handing off to, frankly, any of 7 running backs. I mean, there's so many guys still in competition. How does that work for you? Like, how do you deal with just different guys all the time, and the relationship that you got to have when you're handing the ball off, all that stuff? Talk about ball security. It can't always be easy to hand off to 7 different dudes.
For sure. And I'd be lying to you if I said it's not something we're still working on. It's something you always have to work on. And that kind of comes at the beginning of practice, whether that's before or after, working on exchanges. And you're right, we do have about 7 guys I could hand the ball off to, and I'm confident in each of those 7 guys. I know they'll get the job done, and I know Coach Held will get them right.
I know you get asked this sometimes, but what is it? How helpful is it to you and the offense to face a defense that's that veteran and looks pretty locked in?
Yeah, I mean, it is helpful, and there's a certain standard you have to play to if you want to have a good day. You can't just go out there and just, we're going to lean on these guys and we're just going to throw the ball over here. No, those guys are coming, and they're coming with energy, and if you don't match it, you're in for a really bad day. So they've pushed us to get better each day, each practice, and it's definitely elevated us as a team.
I'm not asking you to handicap the backup race, but what have you seen from Logan and Heinrich, this spring, and just how they've come to you maybe with questions and how they've developed throughout it?
Yeah, well, I'll start with Masker. I think Masker has been a great leader for our room. I mean, he's one of the most humble and great dudes on this football team, and I think he's been great for Logan and Heinrich. Heinrich is very talented. I think he has a great arm, and he's learning the offense just like I did when I was first here as an early enrollee, and that can be hard. But he's handled it really well. Logan, I think he's really come a long way as well this spring, kind of coming into his own and finding his voice and finding his arm. So I can't give you any answers because I don't know. I think they're both doing a really good job, and Verdue is on those guys to meet the standard that we need to be at.
Take one more break.
With the summer months coming up, how much do you and the other leaders have to step up these next few months and lead this squad?
100%. We do, no doubt, because we have definitely made some progress this spring and we can't lose it. So after the break, because I think everyone needs a little bit of a break, mental, physical, there's a group of us that are going to hop on and push this thing forward. And we feel really good about that, and we're passionate about where we're at and where we need to be.
All right. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you.
Wyatt Lieber next, and then we'll have one more guy from defense.